All right, let's dive in. Today we're breaking down Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl 59 halftime show performance. The one you can find on the NFL's official YouTube channel.
Awesome.
We're not just talking football here, right? We're
Yeah.
going to dissect Lamar's lyrics because, let's be real, this performance, it was less about the game and more about dropping some serious knowledge on one of the hugest stages in the world.
What's so fascinating is that he takes the Super Bowl halftime show, all the spectacle, and uses it to engage with some seriously complex social issues.
Okay, so how does he pull that off? Like right out the gate, he hits us with salutations, it's your Uncle S, and this is the Great American. What's your take on that?
Man, those opening lines, they're strategic.
Yeah.
By calling himself Uncle S, he creates this persona that's both familiar, like someone you trust, a family member, but also someone with authority. It's brilliant. He grabs the audience's attention and preps them for a message they got to hear.
Like, listen up, folks. Uncle S is about to drop some wisdom.
Exactly. And then he weaves in these themes, these recurring ideas of struggle, resilience, and faith. They become like the foundation of the whole performance, connecting every piece.
He definitely doesn't shy away from tough topics, like when he raps about government cheese or them colors was pinned in brown, but now the blues remember. That's powerful stuff.
For sure. He's directly addressing issues of poverty, racial injustice, head on. And that government cheese line, it's not just a random reference. It points back to those government assistance programs, highlighting the systemic issues that fuel poverty.
It's like he's saying, hey, this isn't just a personal thing. This is a societal problem we all need to be talking about.
Yeah, and the way he uses imagery is amazing. Olympians with various darts, walking on water, these metaphors, they're visually striking, but they also create this impact, this lasting feeling.
The weight of those images, like he's carrying the burdens of his community on his shoulders.
Exactly. He's taking on that responsibility, speaking truth to power, amplifying those voices that are often ignored.
I love how he doesn't just point outward, though. He turns that lens inward, too. Like when he talks about confrontation and truth, it feels like he's acknowledging his own flaws, his own struggles.
Right. He's showing the self-awareness, admitting he's not perfect. He's not claiming to be some kind of flawless role model. He's just a human being dealing with real stuff like everyone else.
Then there's that line, it always gives me chills. This is bigger than the music. Man, what do you think he means by that?
That line is key. He's going beyond just entertainment, right? He's using his platform to make a statement about something much larger, making us think about the social and political stuff surrounding his art.
He's saying, pay attention. This isn't just a show.
Right. He's using the power of music to start a deeper conversation.
Okay, we've talked about some heavy themes. But then he throws in a line like, certified lover boy. It feels loaded, but I'm kind of struggling to unpack it. Help me out here.
That's the beauty of Lamar's work. He layers meaning, leaving room for interpretation. On the surface, it could be a nod to Drake, another hugely successful hip-hop artist, maybe a playful acknowledgement of their shared space in the industry.
Like a little friendly rivalry?
Maybe. But it could also be a commentary on how masculinity is portrayed in hip-hop, the pressure to fit a certain image.
So he's acknowledging that pressure, but also maybe flipping it by owning the title on his own terms. Like, yeah, I can be a lover boy and still be complex.
Exactly. He's challenging the idea that those labels have to be separate, black and white.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's rewind a bit and really focus on that line, I deserve this, like Tear. It feels like he's claiming his spot, his success, but there's this defiance underneath too.
Yeah, that one definitely grabbed me too. Like he's worked so hard, overcome so much, and now he's owning it. Like, no apologies.
Exactly. And it's especially powerful considering the barriers he's broken through. He's a black artist who's made it to the top in well, let's be honest, a mostly white industry.
Mm.
And that journey has got to be full of challenges.
So it's a statement of like self-belief, resilience, but also a challenge to anyone who doubted him, who tried to hold him back.
Totally. He's defying those expectations.
Yeah.
And kind of rewriting what success even looks like.
And right after that, he talks about carrying these heavier hearts, like an Olympian with various darts. That image is just, wow. Where do you think he's going with that?
That's where we see the responsibility he carries. It's like he's not just a performer. He's a voice for his community, for anyone who's faced similar struggles. Each dart represents a burden, a societal issue that he's grappling with.
Poverty, racial injustice, that pressure to represent, it's a lot to carry.
And he doesn't shy away from it. He embraces that responsibility.
And then he throws in this line, I'm probably a better muse.
It feels like a little jab at the critics, right? I think it's more like acknowledging his influence, his impact on other artists. He does it with a touch of humor, too, like a little wink to the audience, showing he doesn't take himself too seriously, even while exploring these big topics.
It's a delicate balance, for sure, and he nails it. Speaking of critics, there's a whole section where he seems to be talking directly to them. He says, "Tell me why you boys rap fictional." What's your read on that?
It's a call out, right? Like he's challenging those who prioritize style over substance, who rap about stuff that's not real.
He's demanding authenticity from himself and everyone else.
Exactly. Raising the bar.
And he doesn't hold back, even bringing up O.J. Simpson. That feels like a risky move.
Bold, yeah, but that's what makes Lamar so interesting. He's willing to push buttons, to spark those uncomfortable conversations about how we see things, how we think about justice.
He's not afraid to make people a little uncomfortable. And then there's this back and forth where he's like talking to himself, almost like a therapy session on stage. What's your take on that?
It's a great way to show the inner struggle, right? Those conflicting thoughts and emotions that we all go through. And he does it with such honesty.
You can feel it, the conflict, the doubt, the determination. It's relatable even if you've never been on a stage like that.
Totally. He's showing the human side of fame and success.
Yeah.
Even those at the top, they have their own battles.
Even when he's talking about his success, there's this vulnerability there. Like, yeah, I'm here, but it wasn't easy, and I'm still figuring things out.
That vulnerability is what makes it real.
And then, bam, he hits us with, be humble, sit down. Like a mantra, a reminder to stay grounded.
A call for humility, especially when you achieve big things. He's emphasizing the importance of your roots, the communities that shaped you.
Yeah, I love that. And then he breaks down his own DNA, all the things that make him who he is. It's like he's, I don't know, dissecting his soul or something.
It's an exploration of identity, right? He's got royalty and power, but also poison, pain, joy, the whole spectrum, the good and the bad.
A powerful message about accepting yourself, owning all those different parts. And then just when you think he's laid it all out, he shifts gears, talking about the boogeyman and praise God, like he's tapping into something spiritual.
And that's where his faith comes in. Not like blind faith, but like grappling with the unknown, trying to find meaning in all the chaos.
And by putting that boogeyman to sleep, he's finding some peace.
I think so, yeah. He's acknowledging the struggle, but ultimately choosing faith, choosing hope, and that, praise God, it feels like a release,
Like a moment of gratitude. Then there's that line about concrete flowers. What a powerful image. What does that bring up for you?
It's resilience, right? Beauty growing in unexpected places, like a metaphor for hope, for finding strength in the toughest environments.
Like saying, hey, growth can happen anywhere, even in the middle of the concrete jungle.
Exactly. Don't underestimate the human spirit. That's what I hear.
This performance, it's like a masterclass in storytelling, using music and movement.
So much packed into every word, every move. He's not just entertaining, he's teaching, provoking, inspiring.
Okay, we've covered a lot. What are some moments that really stuck with you?
Well, one line that really got me thinking was, it's that line, certified lover boy, certified I'm on them tough. Feels like he's playing with a few things there,
Yeah, that one's tough to pin down. It could be a shout out to Drake, right? Like a little friendly back and forth between two of the biggest names in hip hop.
For sure. That's one layer. But like digging deeper, I think it's also about how we think about masculinity in hip hop. That certified lover boy thing, especially since it's a Drake album title too, it could be commentary on how guys are supposed to act, Like you got to be tough, the heartbreaker, all that.
So he's acknowledging that pressure, but maybe also kind of twisting it like, yeah, I can be a lover boy, but I'm still my own person.
Right. He's not saying no to the label, but he's adding his own spin to it. Like, yeah, I can be tough, but I can also be vulnerable, sensitive, loving. Those things aren't opposites.
And then right after that, he says, I put the boogeyman to sleep. He on the ground, praise God. Sounds like a victory, like conquering his fears. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. But I also hear like a spiritual side to it. He's not just talking about being scared of stuff. It's about facing that darkness inside us all, the stuff that haunts us.
And by taking down that boogeyman, he finds some peace, some resolution.
Yeah, I think so. It's like he knows the struggle is real, but he chooses faith, chooses hope. And that praise God at the end, it's like a release, a moment of gratitude.
Powerful stuff. There's another line that really hit me. This world was mine. I take your dreams and make them multiply. That feels so empowering, like he's pushing people to reach their potential. Do you get that same feeling?
Totally. It's not just about money or success. It's about like a way of thinking, an abundance mindset, believing in the power of dreams.
And by multiplying those dreams, he's kind of creating this ripple effect, right? Inspiring others to dream big and make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. He's showing that our dreams, they can impact not just us, but everyone around us too. It's like a call to action, an invitation to build something better together.
Now, toward the end, he says something really bold. Ain't nowhere the king in this rap thing, they siblings, nothing but my children. How do you interpret that?
That's a deep one. Like a lot of his lyrics, you can see it different ways. On the one hand, it could be him saying, I'm the best, I'm at the top.
But it doesn't feel arrogant,
Right?
right? It's more like he recognizes the whole hip hop community, how connected it is.
Exactly. He calls his peers siblings, like competition shouldn't destroy unity.
Yeah, like we're all family trying to elevate the art form together, inspire our communities.
And by calling them his children, he's stepping into that mentor role, guiding the next generation, keeping that hip-hop legacy alive and strong.
So powerful. So after this deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from Lamar's performance?
I think the big takeaway is that Kendrick Lamar, he's more than just a musician. He's a poet, a storyteller. He makes you think about society. His music, it demands your attention, makes you engage, makes you reflect. He's not giving you easy answers. He's bringing you into the conversation, a journey of like figuring things out. That's what makes his work so important and impactful.
He challenges us to think critically, to feel those emotions, question everything, and embrace all those different parts of being human.
And he does it all with style, grace, and this like unwavering dedication to his art. It's really incredible.
That's a wrap on our deep dive into Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl 59 halftime show, everyone. Hope you enjoyed exploring this with us.
It's awesome breaking down those themes and lyrics with you.
This was just a glimpse into like the brilliance of Lamar's work. Go watch the full performance, listen to the lyrics, make your own connections. There's always something new to discover. Until next time, keep diving deep, keep exploring, and keep those conversations going.